Friday, welcome back. Ronaldo Brown, Stephen Howson. We've been avoiding this topic.
Yeah, we have, but to be fair, you've started that podcast with the type of enthusiasm of someone that's very concerned about this. Or are you just tired, mate?
A little bit of both.
Oh yeah, because people, I always say, I think this is I did a video before with Jay, but I don't know how you do so many videos in a day. But anyway, we put this off because we weren't quite sure, and funnily enough, it's Friday now. I was going to do this on Tuesday. People might have seen it. And we're still not sure. Because
Amorim ain't sure.
The consensus was...
I wonder if he is sure and he's trying to keep it ambiguous.
I think it might be a bit of that. But also, I do know there's been a lot of pushback of late from the federations and the clubs at the AFCON because they don't get because it's in season, it kind of bombards like club seasons. They don't get as long with the players before the first game, which other national tournaments do get, because obviously they're in the summer. And they're kind of trying to push back on the timings, because even them going after Monday, it's still late because it's only like less than a week or something, where I think, how long do you reckon they want the players and the coaches to be around each other? Before a big tournament like that?
2 week minimum.
2 weeks is usually usually what happens.
I mean, the World Cup's always different. Even the one that was in the winter, like, because the whole world shut down for that. AFCON, because it's more of a regionalised tournament and it doesn't get the respect that other tournaments get for whatever reason.
AFCON? I think it's fucking entertaining as hell.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we should probably do an AFCON bingo card. I mean, I was chatting to Dej about should we do a sweepstake for it, right? But I'm waiting for an AFCON bingo card because there's always a witch doctor of some sort that gets involved with something.
Rest blowing full time, 85 minutes, all sorts, remember that?
But the football's usually what top flight football is lacking a little bit, because there's quite a lot of individuality. You'll see some sick
pace and
goals.
Power. You see some sick goals, skill.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
The quality of it is a lot higher than people think it is.
Yeah.
But the only issue that the thing that people have against
the disparity between the good and bad teams is horrendous.
Yeah, it is. But the problem people have with the competition is
it's in season.
It's in season, and it does derail like seasons, especially in the middle, because especially when some of your better players.
This is the most we've ever had in terms of AFCON delegates.
Exactly. And
if we had around 1 or 2 tops.
Yes. Do you know what's funny? People saw this. I didn't project forward as much, but there were loads of people saying in the summer, damn, like we're gonna sign him. When we signed Mbuemo, I was like, shit. People already said from that AFCON's coming in January. We're gonna lose Amad, Mazraoui, and Mbuemo
at the time as well. Probably Onana, we thought,
and Onana as well. And I think when we were linked to other players that were African as well, people are always skeptical about signing really important African players on the air of AFCON because they know they're going to lose them for a period of time. But it's just part and parcel of it, because I'm not going to lie to you, you know me, I'm not the type to give managers excuses, etc. But there is no way United aren't going to be massively affected by them leaving.
We might get torpedoed by this.
Maybe not torpedoed.
Even Monday.
Yeah.
Because for those that aren't aware, Amorim did a press conference today. And by the way, if you're thinking, nice shirt, Steve, we can guarantee UK delivery, right? Deck throw it in the chat there for us, please. We can guarantee UK delivery for Christmas. Internationals, the missus says, we will do our best, right? If you're in Ireland, good luck, because even with all the notice in the world, that's just not getting enough. For whatever reason, Irish Post Office is a pissing nightmare. But if you're in the UK and you want to get this, got a home and the away shirt, there is literally, I don't know, a squad's worth left of shirts. That's it. So if you want to get one of these, once they're gone, they're gone. And I know what's going on with next year's as well. So maybe this becomes a little bit of a collector's item. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was I saying?
He was just talking about this whole AFCON situation. Someone rightly said in the comments, Mbeumo was another one we're strongly linked to that would have gone to AFCON as well. Yeah. So, and there is another good point in there where people are saying other teams are going to have players missing as well. It's not just United.
Yeah, well, think about it. City have got like Marmoush, who's not even fucking playing.
Yes, but it's not exactly equally correlated in it to certain teams. Like obviously, United's whole right side, and I think United have the biggest weight of player value to squad in terms of them two, because the way we know how bad United usually are when we don't have Amad playing as one of the wing-back options, because the other two the options are full-backs and defensive. And I think our results have been really poor when Amad's not played wing-back. So I think Amad's the one which is even bigger of a miss than Mbuemo. And Mbuemo's basically, I don't know what percentage of our goals he scored. I think he's got 6 this season. And obviously Mazraoui, fully enough, he's missed a lot of time anyway. We have cover for him. But I thought the past game or two he started to look like himself again. And he's still cover and depth matters.
I think he might be the most intelligent sort of footballer, just like in terms of like pure football understanding, just like decision making. I think Mazraoui might have the best football IQ in the squad. Like, when I see him do stuff, he doesn't ever do something disagree. Where I go,
I disagree. I have someone else.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's obviously Diallo.
Right. Can we sub Ronnie out, please?
I'm joking.
But yeah, no, I think it's Mazraoui, right? Whenever I watch Mazraoui, I just think, like, sometimes he gets beat for pace, sometimes he gets beat in the air. Like, he's not perfect, he's not 10 out of 10. But when I see him making decisions, like, with the ball, I don't see him making bad decisions. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes players run into a blind alley and you go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, but with Mazraoui, I just think, oh, nice. I'd literally hear myself saying, oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Intelligent players are gold dust, aren't they?
And he's a dual winner. Like, he gets into, like, Dorgu's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more rushed with everything that he does. But he's keen to get involved in duels, and that's a great trait to have. Amad's keen to get involved in duels, but both Amad and Dorgu sometimes will go into duels that maybe that a little bit of experience might be a bit easier on. Whereas Mazraoui, I think, like, he'll delay rather than rush. Like, you know, he'll hold up the ball rather than just steam in and get beat. He just does. I just think he does stuff so right, and I think he's got a great first touch. I just think he's a brilliant pro. You know what I mean? That's what I get the impression of.
Nah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. He's a player. I thought he was great when he came in as a fullback. Obviously, with the system change, I think he was another one that was a slight victim of that. He went right centre half and was still looking decent there. I think sometimes
he suits right centre half more than right wing back.
I think he does. I think it's less he suits it and more he's just a good enough footballer to kind of work it out. But I do think, obviously, if he was asking where would you rather play, it'd be right back and not right wing back or right centre half. Yeah. But he still is a valuable option. He was cheap. He's probably one of our best pieces of business over the past couple of years, and we're just unfortunate with the injuries that he had. And as someone mentioned there, you know, with the whole Ghana not qualifying, I think Tottenham and Bournemouth fans would have celebrated that, innit? With Semenyo not having to go for Bournemouth and Tottenham not losing Kudus. And they've been two of their best players, really, for either team. So it's United just getting shafted again.
It is what it is. Hopefully Onana does Onana things and he's back home pretty quick. Who's going the furthest out of that? It's Morocco, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah, it's Morocco, but that's another thing. Apparently, depending on how they do, they might only miss like 2 or 3. But even still, it's like the travel. Even if they're playing 3 games in quick succession, you end up with fatigue, injury possibility. There's a lot of other things that could possibly go on. And Ivory Coast, the holders. I might be right about that. I'm wrong. Sure. I think Egypt and Morocco are amongst the favourites. So Mazraoui might be gone for a while. I think Morocco are on like a huge unbeaten streak as well in national football. As for Cameroon, I think Mbuemo might be back quite quickly. They've got Onana in goal. They're like, great. Do you know what I mean? They have Baleba, to be fair. You'd think Baleba and Mbuemo, they have 2 high-level Premier League players, you're thinking. But it doesn't always matter. It's not always enough. But
I've been looking into, please do not bait out why, but like I've been looking into a little bit of the player development behind what Morocco's Golden Generation is. And it's named after the king, the school that they created. They created a school that's named after the king. And I've been looking into a little bit of stuff around and about that. Also been doing a little bit of looking into Lilleshall. Lilleshall was like England's answer to Clairefontaine in the 90s. I think it was like 93, 92 to about 99. And they cancelled it once the elite player performance pathway thing came in with the academy system. And they never had it since. But I was chatting to Rio about this on Monday in terms of he didn't make the trial. They only used to take 14 to 16 players a year for Lilleshall. Michael Owen came through it, Sol Campbell came through it. I think Joe Cole might have come through it. Some really good players. Very successful it was. I think Rio said his year, the only one that made it was Jody Morris. Like from his age group, he didn't get through the trial, which tells you that it must have been some fucking unbelievable players coming through that at that age. What?
No, sorry, I feel like I've not heard this story before. To be fair, usually when you do say, I might have heard remnants of it, but it's
so I was asking him about Lillishall and chatting about that. I might do a video about it, just in terms of just like a broad general player development thing, because there's a project I'm working on which don't bait. Which has required me to do a little bit of look into player development type stuff. But the thing behind Morocco was 15 years ago they started that, and it's paid dividends in a big way, hasn't it? With the king, I think he's called Mohammed, King Mohammed V, something like that. Comments you guys must know. King Mohammed V or something like that has said, whatever. Spencer Studio 68, is that Deji on a burner? Says Nigeria favourites.
Yeah, he's definitely on a burner. do you know what? That is interesting. Investment does go a long way, for sure. Someone said Onana's got called up. Someone says that Onana's not going. It's
meant to be. The reason behind that confusion is because the coach got sacked, and he went, "You didn't do it by letter or quick enough or some shit like that." So he's like, "I'm still in charge."
He might be going. There's a whole dispute about whether he's going or not still. So that's why, like, apparently, some people want him to go, some people don't want him to go. Do you know what I mean? Or it's not Dej, it's definitely Dej.
It's Dej.
Do you know what I mean? But I think it's one of those where
do better with your burners.
Yeah, that was a little bit too obvious. But yeah, Onana probably will be going. There's a super chat there, by the way, by my eyesight's going. Dario Brubeck that says, I don't know if it's the glare on the screen. Thoughts on these rumours on David Afran Gruber and this DM from Sunderland where for scout reports. Steve, that's for you.
I haven't seen the rumours.
I've not seen the rumours or heard of that player. So something Steve can look into.
We will look into it. Who's the DM from Sunderland? Young lad called Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, probably.
What's matey called at West Ham? Because at Potts, I like Potts. He'd be one I was keeping an eye on.
Oh, did you like him live? You saw it live? Oh, thought he was decent.
Yeah, I thought he had real good fundamentals. I thought he was tidy.
Yes, apparently he's like the typical. He's proper. He's not just West Ham. He is West Ham, like West Ham.
Dad's a cabbie now.
I think his dad. I think his dad played for West Ham, and he's like something Potts. Like he's part of the lineage. It's one of those situations. But yeah, it's amazing what happens when you play the youth. But Stephen,
by the way, thoughts on, because I don't think we've spoken about this.
On the Sunderland one, mate. It's the Timeway derby on the weekend.
What the fuck is going on with Wan-Bissaka?
He plays like Cafu when he plays us.
How? Why? Because I swear to God, that isn't the guy that was in a United shirt.
Even defending the back post and shit, like several times.
Like he knows how to do it.
He plays with a chip on his shoulder against United. It's pretty much confirmed. I think that's 2 games in a row at Old Trafford for West Ham. He's been incredible. But
not just like had a good game. It's like a whole different set of skills. Like what the fuck has this been?
Like flow state. It's not the same for all players, but is that United also sometimes just not platforming players that well?
No, I'm not having that. The fucker couldn't fucking control the ball. He had so much time. United was very left side dominant when he was here. We had Rashford, we had Pogba, we had Luke Shaw, and we would attack through them down the left hand side, yeah? And on the right hand side, we didn't have a right winger. You'd have Jesse Lingard who'd pop inside, and then Wan-Bissaka would end up with fucking acres and days on the ball, and he couldn't do anything with it. He couldn't play on 1 and 2 touch, he couldn't cross it, he couldn't dribble with it. Yet my guy's doing a fucking Cafu tribute act. What the fuck?
Is that more a sign of us though? Because who knows? We asked West Ham fans. He might not have played that well in any of the other games.
That's a good point. Anyone watch West Ham more than that?
You know what I mean?
Not says Wan-Bissaka wasn't that good against us, improved, but
I feel like he was really good. I thought he was in.
I thought he was like.
He was borderline in flow state.
He was just technically,
because Steve was at the game as well.
Totally different fucking player than the one that I ever saw at United.
He should have got sent off. That is right. He smashed. Who did he smash on a yellow card? And he just got kind of like brushed on the carpet. I'm not sure who it was. Yeah. But
his dad's a West Ham under-23 coach. Oh, there you go.
And I think he played for them as well back in the day. So, part of the... It's like the same with the Archie Gray that was at Leeds before he went to Tottenham. think he had like 2 uncle, dad, and dad all played for Leeds.
Uncle, dad, that's just a Yorkshire thing, that.
Yeah.
Everyone's dad's their uncle as well.
I plead the 5th. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie to you. Someone said he was Wan-Bissaka's best player before he even played for us.
So you say we gave him too much time on the ball? Yeah, but he had loads of time on the ball at United. He was shite. And that was his problem. He had too much time on the ball at United, and we're giving him too much time. And now he looks good. Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, someone's right. I did watch West Ham versus Chelsea early in the season. It's just jogged my memory, and I think West Ham conceded like 2 or 3 goals from the back post, and it was all Wan-Bissaka's fault. I actually remember this. I think someone could agree. So maybe it's just against United. He just decided to turn up, showing his shoulder at ex-club.
He literally did that Ronaldinho like fucking tongue out at the camera hand rub thing and just fucking balled out.
Yeah, nah, exactly. Do you know what? Because you moved on quickly. I didn't ask you. I wanted to ask you before I came on anyway. So when AFCON happens, what actual team would you go with? What would be like?
Who's my African team?
No, your AFCON United 11.
Oh.
So like,
the team I'm sticking
he's probably
around.
you might have done a video on this anyway.
Here's a better one. Who's your African team?
What do you mean?
Well, I was Ghana at the World Cup.
Oh, who I'm going with? We've not done a sweepstakes though, have we?
No, we haven't done a sweepstakes. We're going to do a sweepstakes thing. Get these idiots from downstairs involved.
I think Egypt, Morocco, Algeria. I think the North African teams, they're quite. Ivory Coast are the holders, but they're quite.
I feel like I have to pick one of these because of these boys. If I get a sweepstake, I get a sweepstake, and I'm going to end up with fucking Somalia or something like that and be devoed. But like, I feel like if I had to pick a team to follow and support during this tournament, which I like to do because it gets me into a tournament, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to just miss a tournament if you don't decide I'm going all in, and maybe I'm going Ivory Coast bet to like motivate you to.
But I'm going Ivory Coast. But the thing is, if we do pick one of the teams to do well they're out for longer. So it's a double-edged sword. Which
is why maybe you go with Morocco, because they're probably going to go that way anyway, and you kind of soften the blow by maybe thinking that was the team that you're going to
win. If I want to win the competition, I'm going to go for Morocco. Just looking at the thumbnail now, I didn't even clock that before, like the complete different kit colour between Mbuemo and the others. But anyway, I'm going to go for Morocco because I think I have a chance of winning the sweepstakes with that. And it's always good if you're going to gamble, you want to win.
I'm tempted to go Cameroon just because how much I love Mbuemo, to be honest. Peter Kelly says, for AFCON, do I think Diallo goes to right wing back, Shaw goes left wing back, Martinez goes left side centre back, and Bruno goes right 10? No, I think Dogu just stays left wing back. I think Diallo goes right wing back, and I think it'll be like Xerxes, Cunha, Sesko, Mount. 3 of them 4, probably. If it was going to move Bruno and play Menu, he'd have done it already.
Shaw left wing back is one that I've kind of alluded to as a possibility.
I could see that.
But I don't know whether...
Martinez would have had to have a 90 beforehand, though.
Yes, I don't know whether Shaw has it in the legs. Maybe 1 game a week. Does he still have that pace of power?
Is he delivery?
Is he still that player? That's what I think. He doesn't have 1v1 ability, but he has good delivery. But then again, without Sesko, we don't have a box presence.
Notch says, who's the king of players trying harder against us? Phil Neville.
There's probably a few of those, you know.
Now, yeah, because we've actually got quite a few playing in the league. Phil Neville comes to mind, though. Do I think Cunha could do a wing-back job? What would you do that for?
Yeah. I think Luke Shaw will not be as quick as he was, but I think he still can sprint a little bit.
Only when the buffet opens.
He's probably just scared. You know what it is with footballers and football, when you've been injured as much and you get on in age as someone like Luke Shaw, you're not been conditioned to sprint a lot. Sometimes it's about subconsciously how much you trust your body.
Mate, I was watching Dion.
Does he trust his body?
On Tuesday.
Yeah, don't trust him.
He had a patella tendon snap, didn't he? He looks fucking stiff running at the moment.
Yeah. And it's like you don't trust it, so your body might actually be
okay
there or thereabouts, but you mentally, you kind of like that little bit of not letting off the leash and being a little bit unsure. And I think Luke Shaw would probably do that as a left wing back, where he's going to pelt it and he's thinking, let me pelt at 80% because I feel like if I go 90%, I might pull something. When he probably could do it, and I think that's what. And obviously the margins and the percentages at that level of football might not be enough. But I just don't know whether he's a left wing back anymore, to be fair.
Stephen Richardson says, I'd go Ivory Coast being my African soft spot since I loved their kits when I was younger. And did they have, it's like orange home kit, white away, or the other way around, something like that. They're the Elephants, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
if I had a soft spot, it probably would be Cameroon, because first World Cup I saw was World Cup 1990, and you had Miller doing a little dance in the corner. Sick kits then, by the way.
Yeah.
Them Cameroon kits, they're iconic. Them can't get them on classic football shirts for about fucking 5-6 ton. Yeah. Absolutely mega. They are.
Been some golden generations, isn't it? Isn't the furthest an African team's gone in the World Cup? I can only remember. Did Ghana get to the semi-finals?
Oh, don't know.
And when he like semi-cheated by Luis Suarez, like saving the ball with his hand against Uruguay, and then like they missed the pen after.
Fucking Suarez, horrible little.
Such bastard. A shit house, isn't he? For that, I'm surprised.
Doom says Lacey will not get a sniff of the pitch.
I think he might.
AFCON, forget about it.
I think he might, but you know what the problem could be though is
Senegal 2002 is not
a shout. Without Amad Diallo, you think there's more scope for Lacey to get some minutes. But I think because the games might end up so close knit
I mean,
and nervy.
I think you do it 4-1 the other night. That was an absolute red carpet invitation to get him on the pitch and just change the narrative a little bit.
Everyone thought, people was arguing against it, saying it's 4-1, why are you moaning about that? And the whole, you're just picking something to moan about, we're winning 4-1, why you asked about whether Lacey gets minutes. People just completely missed the point and just want you to kind of ignore everything. And also,
that's the game, mate. You win, and all analysis is mute. That's it.
Yeah, it's results based. Yeah. Results based analysis.
We won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's
enjoy
there's
it.
a lot of people like that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas they're the same people. Like if we lose and play well, they'll go. We go. No. They do the opposite. They go. We should have played. We should have got points. We didn't deserve to lose. It just depends on what.
Morocco semi-final.
Yeah.
Last World Cup. I was fucking there. I was sat with Morocco fans as well. Apologies.
Do you reckon he wanted Lacey to be? He wants Lacey's debut maybe to be at Old Trafford, or was it just one of those?
Don't know. Don't think
or did he think the game was in the balance still at 4-1?
Fuck knows.
Yeah. 5 subs as well. He's techie. I just don't know whether he'll get some opportunity. 1 game a week, every game's going to be on a knife edge. Is he going to trust a young player like that? Especially in the last 20-25 minutes, he's had a lot of his second half subs scrutinised. United have a bit of a depth issue anyway.
Because it's fucking defenders all the time. Half of his subs are defenders.
Yeah.
Dario says Cameroon beat world champions Argentina in 1990, very first World Cup match. Unreal.
Yeah. Punctual,
Sesko's food poisoning. Yeah, I saw that, but I think he said they got 2 more training sessions, haven't they? So Saturday, Sunday, they're training still. He says we'll see how he goes. I didn't think he was going to start anyway, so I haven't actually recorded my preview just yet, but I didn't have him starting regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had him off the bench no matter what anyway, because I think he is a little bit like that. He's been out for 5 weeks. You come. I think if you miss 1 week, maybe 2, you can come straight back in and start. I think if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, you start from the bench, start building it again. That's got to be the. Yeah,
Sesko's definitely not going to come straight into it. I don't know what Stephen Harris's problem is with me, He's been saying Brown out on all my videos for the last week and a bit. Don't know why. I don't even know who Cole is. I don't know who that is.
Algeria beat West Germany in 82 and then got fucked over by Germany and Austria. Oh, was that the most obviously blagged game ever? Where didn't it have to be 1-1 or something like that? And then it genuinely looks like the most corrupt game of football ever. Like if it was a 1-1 draw, that's why all the games kick off at the same time now in the last game.
If it was 1-1 draw, they go through and Germany
both of them went through.
Just pass the ball to each other.
It was. If you ever see the highlights of it, you've never seen a more obvious blagged game in your life. Well, outside of QPR, Manchester City 2012. But yeah.
We're going to talk about Amorim's really good injury records. Shaw, Cass, Mount, all playing regularly. I think United playing 1 game a week's massively helping that.
But he did have this incredible record at Sporting for it as well, didn't he? And we do know that Michael Clegg has been moved into a first team role, and one of his things, like, really impressed with the conversations I was having with Mike on tour and the things that he was really focusing on. And it was strength and conditioning, but a lot of it was getting the players strong enough to do the things that they're being asked to do. It's not necessarily just about fitness. It's about, is the tissue stability there to do stuff. There was some stuff that I was hoping he would say, and he said it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, we're all over this shit. He was talking about doing Nordics and things like that, and you think, nice, I'm glad. And I mentioned to him, like,
Nordics aren't new.
They're not new, no, but there's actually a lot of clubs that don't do them. And when you think, with hamstring injuries and knee imbalances and things like that, and football being a massive thing.
I feel like I did Nordics at Liverpool and Oldham.
But Liverpool's kind of had good decency. All right, Oldham.
Yeah,
but is that Tony Philliskirk though, because he's a taskmaster?
Yeah, but I think it's like a common thing in football, because footballers don't train the way we do. They actually do quite a lot of plyometrics, especially at that level. I'd find it hard to believe that the Premier League footballers aren't doing like all the kind of plyometrics and stuff, like biomechanics stuff all the time. Yeah. Like,
do you not see? So what I mentioned to Mike was I saw this video, and it was a guy that was critiquing. Basically, he goes and critiques professional strength and conditioning videos that teams put out, Joe, when they're in the gym.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is fucking garbage. This is fucking garbage. And the only ones that I'd ever seen him praise were Bayern Munich and United. He pulled up Barcelona's, and there was one of Rashford doing some fucking band work, but it was like proper shit band work, and it looked like they were all just messing about.
Some of those elite players they have their personal trainers as well, that will do extra with them at home. I saw obviously Haaland, saw his YouTube video he does, but I don't know if maybe he can afford it. I think some of them actually have, because there's so many sports scientists and physios at a club, sometimes you can almost designate one, like one of them to come out, almost like,
what's mad
come to your house.
Mike Chadwick said this when I had him on a podcast. He said, you'll sign a player for £100 million, you'll pay him 300 fucking grand a week, but then you'll hire one strength and conditioning coach to look after the entire squad on 35 grand. And you think, why not spend 2-3 times as much and get like a really good one that actually knows what he's doing, and not
get more than one.
Yeah, or get fucking loads of them. Yeah,
I think they usually don't have one. I swear they sometimes they do. You're right. It depends on the club, but they won't just have one like physio or like just one sport coach. They might have a couple. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, it might sound immoral, but a lot of these clubs have even like interns and that working there, people just gaining experience that are probably under the people they're paying.
Premier League clubs do a lot of intern stuff. Yeah. Which, I mean, we do intern stuff, but we're an amateur football club. There's a bit of a difference between us doing it and clubs that are turning over $1 billion a year. Yeah,
exactly. Someone's asked what Nordics are on a question mark. It's hard to kind of describe. It's like a hamstring resistance thing.
So you would lock your ankles in, and
you get someone else to do it sometimes.
Oh yeah, you can kneel on something and have someone hold your ankles. But yeah, a good one would be, and you can grade them, so you can go from like, basically you lean forward under control of your own hamstrings to a board, like what you would do on a bench press, or you can go all the way down, and some people can do it all the way down, and just having from their knees locked and their ankles locked, go all the way down and bring themselves all the way up. If you can do that, you got strong hamstrings.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I squirm at the idea of Nordics. I absolutely hated them. I'd go down to a bit that point, and I just feel like, is my hammy gonna pop? So I let it go, because you meant to kind of like just let yourself go.
But you need to do maybe more inclined.
Don't want I was always worried about my hammy. I could do it decently well, but always worried about my hammy just going. Someone says, is 35k a salary example? Is that really low for a United physio? Not really, to be honest with you.
Is it really that low? Yeah.
It's below the average wage in UK.
United are kind of unless you're like a top executive or one of the players. United are quite we know a lot of people that work at United. They trade on the fact that it's Manchester United.
A lot of these big Premier League clubs don't pay that well to as much as you think, because
physio maybe not, because that's something that's a little bit more specialist. But like your regular, we know loads of people are like coaches that coach in the 14s or in the foundation or something like that. Fucking worst payers in the city.
But they lean into the fact that you can put on your job description you're working at Manchester United, and so they don't have to. They're not incentivized to having to pay over the odds. And obviously they're trying to lower their turnover. I think probably, is it something like 95% of their kind of wage expenditure is probably on just the players. Probably
$1 million%.
Probably more than
well,
that.
maybe the executives, I mean, especially when
To be fair,
Wood was on $5 million a year.
Yeah. If you're head physio or something, you'll be on decent till and stuff. But
yeah, like the head strength and conditioning coach, the head physio, I would expect they're on 80 to 100K, but they'll it'd be minimum
not
wage
under
for pretty much everybody else.
Not under Ratcliffe. Oh, not under Ratcliffe. But it's. I think one thing Amorim has done since he's arrived is he's improved the fitness and the conditioning of the squad, which is miles better than what he did under Ten Hag. He's obviously took that from him from Sporting Lisbon, and that is definitely a massive feather in his cap since he's been here, and a positive and something he has changed. Which he's made us fitter, he's made us better conditioned. He must be doing things right in pre-season and managing stuff better. It's just interesting enough that United still have that bit of burnout last 20, but I think that's definitely been a factor. You know what I said, the litmus test will be, it sounds harsh, but I think this season always has been a bit of a free hit because United have the advantage of not having European football where our rivals do. I think the litmus test will come is that United need, and there's nothing less than Europe is acceptable this season in that circumstance, and then that's when the litmus test and the judgment then comes. It's like, how do United then look again amongst our rivals when we've got Europe to contend with and the league at the same time?
But what you might be able to do is get some reinforcements in January, and then obviously do another summer like we've just had. Like if you do another summer like we've just had and you did the entire middle block, wing backs and centre mids, you'd bounce into next season very strong.
Yeah. I'm still pissed we didn't sign a midfielder. I hate remembering about it. Probably won't get one in Jan as well. Do you reckon we will? You've heard anything, Steve? ITK? Exclusive?
No.
Okay, no. I need to ask Jay then.
Steve, are you Dinson? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Are you a Dincent?
Okay.
Interesting. Also, the league is too close. It is right. The league being so close is mad because we could go towards cement ourselves in 5th and 4th, but if things go our way. But if results don't go our way and we lose to Bournemouth, we go from 5th to 12th. It's insane.
Bad do. Anyway, if you want, get yourself something, a little bit of a last-minute treat for you or someone that you love at Christmas. Paddock shirt. Hit the link, which is pinned in the chat down there somewhere. It's the pinned post in the chat. I'll make sure it's pinned after we've finished the live as well. If you're in the UK, you can get it guaranteed for Christmas. If you're in Ireland, you're probably better flying over here and picking it up. And if you're rest of the world, we'll do our best to get it sent out to you. So go check it out. They're a great price, like half the price of what you're going to be paying for a United shirt, and it goes to supporting a local grassroots club with 10 teams and a shitload of kids and all the rest of that sort of stuff. So go and get yourself one sorted out. Once they're gone, they're gone. There will be no more stock, and there's like 20 or something like that. So go check them out. Get something in time for Christmas, or treat yourself. It's fucking Friday, and we will see you after the weekend.
You see that for Frank as well? You're on Paddock in half an hour, Steve.
Yeah.
He's not sure whether you knew that.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit.
Anyway, wait, we can't go yet. There's a super chat, man. What do you think I am, Joe Smith? Anyway.
If we missed the Champions League, we'll be better in the conference. Fuck no!
To be fair, you can always treat us another 21.
Yeah, you could, but you won't.
Otherwise, you're going to Kazakhstan before the games and that.
Yeah, fuck no. Right, in
a bit.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.